Please share your thoughts in comments and like this video.
Oren was an enchanter at the hero's party, but he was exiled because he was not skilled enough. It was not his fault. He was originally a swordsman, but changed to enchanter to fill up the party's gap in formations. He worked hard and developed numerous original magics to compensate for them. Still, he was thrown away in the end. After leaving the party, he decided to become a swordsman once again. He went to the dungeon to test his skills. He coincidentally saved a young girl who was abandoned by a party. She was the sister of Selma, who is the world's best enchanter and the ace of Hero's rival guild, Silver Rabbit in the Night Sky. Oren met Selma while he went to a restaurant with Sophia. She wanted to repay for saving her. It all started with a misunderstanding, but soon resolved. Selma was shocked to hear about Oren's expulsion. Oren was deemed skill-less because he couldn't use advanced spells, but Selma knew that Oren's original magic had greater and long-lasting effects than her magic. She proposed a job to be a guide in dungeon exploration they had set for rookies. Oren decided to accept that job. On the other hand, the hero's party employed Philly, a new enchanter, as Oren's replacement. Luna, the healer of the hero's party, was supportive of Oren, but they fired without her knowledge. Even though she pleaded, there was no change, as Oliver, Derek, and Annery were against it. In the end, they raided the 92nd floor as they were confident of their ability. Luna wanted to try middle floors to be safe, but those idiots didn't heed her words. After spending time there fighting monsters, they soon realized they were weak compared to the past. No one knew the reason for it, except Luna. As she was going to explain, the boss of the 92nd floor, the Black Dragon, confronted them. Even though they had killed it previously, they couldn't defeat it that time. In the end, they decided to use a magic door to escape from there. But the Black Dragon used it to escape from the ever-boring 92nd floor. The hero's party rushed to inform the Adventurers Guild so that they could correct their mistakes. On their way, Luna revealed they were weak due to Oren's absence, but it was too late to change anything now. The Black Dragon soon appeared at the 50th floor using the door where Oren was guiding the rookies. Out of all, only Oren could confront this monster now. Everyone other than him was paralyzed by the dragon's presence, so he confronted it single-handedly to save everyone. Selma was surprised to see Oren charging at the Black Dragon all alone. Oren readied his sword and threw it towards the Black Dragon. He aimed it towards its eyes, but the Black Dragon just closed its eyes, and its eyelids were strong enough to repel the sword attack. Anselm and Bernard were shocked to see that absurdity, as everyone knew that a dragon could dodge such a straightforward attack. But sooner they realized that a rune was going to hit at the moment the Black Dragon closed its eyes. He jumped high and attacked the dragon using his momentary increase in skill boost. It created a huge impact, and the whole floor was once again covered in smoke. Oren gritted his teeth and attacked it to the end. Afterwards, he landed on the ground. Selma wondered whether Oren had managed to defeat the Black Dragon. The smoke cleared and the Black Dragon emerged without any injuries. It was still healthy and roared. Oren knew they couldn't beat him like that. At that time, the jewel Oren wore shined. Selma inquired whether he was okay, and Oren replied he was fine. He asked Selma and other leaders to do everything in their power to protect the rookies. Oren wanted to take care of the Black Dragon alone. He asked them to not worry, as there is a chance to win. He assured he would protect the rookies and charged ahead. Sophia asked him to take care of himself at that short moment. As Oren prepared to attack first, he had to draw the Black Dragon's attention from everyone. He used various spells and attacked the dragon. The dragon began to consider Oren as a threat, and he successfully changed its attention on him. The dragon charged its fireball to attack Oren, but unknowns to it, Oren was already expecting it. He knew that Black Dragon's fireball won't work on him, as it was just a simple attack. He casted Reflective Barrier, which was his original magic. He reflected that attack back on the dragon. It also managed to land on it. The rookies were shocked and wondered what kind of magic was that. It was Oren's original magic, which has the effects of repelling and reflecting any attack spells. No other barrier had the same kind of effects. He wondered what it would taste like for the Black Dragon to receive its own attack back. When the smoke cleared, it once again roared. Selma was surprised to see the dragon unharmed again after that as well. Oren managed to make a decision at that point. He began to use his skills on himself as he prepared to take on that black dragon. He casted multiple magic circles around himself. It was his all skills increase spell, which would boost his stats to its limit. The 6 basic types of support magic are power increase, life force increase, magic power increase, endurance increase, and technical power increase. They are built in parallel and activated simultaneously. Its difficulty is high, just like Philly activated against Oliver in the previous battle. It can only be used by high-level enchantment mages. Selma also noticed Oren. But Oren's magic increase is only double his power, and it's weak. She wondered whether to provide support to him just when the buff disappears. Suddenly, Oren whispered, "All skills increase, overlap." Selma was totally taken back as Oren activated his support magic once again. The effects then increased to triple, which shocked everyone. But it didn't stop there and went quadrupled. And at last, his skill, all skills increase, managed to multiply his stats quintuple times. Selma felt that was ridiculous. She never even heard of multiplying to increase all skills, and she had never heard of multiplying by 5 times. She was scared of Oren's support magic. She wondered how much combat power Oren has now, as she couldn't even guess. After increasing his overall skills, Oren moved towards the black dragon. The black dragon, which watched the show in silence, also began to move. It once again roared and used its tail to attack the approaching Oren. Oren noticed that and disappeared from that place just when the tail was right before him. Even its tail is enough to destroy the floor's ground. Everyone was shocked, as they thought Oren was hit by that attack. That's when one of the rookies noted that Oren was hanging on the cliff. Everyone was shocked, as they weren't even able to notice his movements. He moved to that place in the blink of an eye, at an amazing speed. Selma knew it's not enough to say that Oren's just improved his physical abilities. She wondered what the heck was that magic Oren mentioned before. Support magic is originally impossible to accumulate. Casting the same support magic in succession would only reset the time of the effect. However, Oren's original magic overlay literally allows one to accumulate support magic. It's a technique established by a cheater using a magic bug. Quintuple is a state in which overlap can be activated. Since the value of Oren's support magic was doubled by overlap, and the effect of the buff is multiplied by 5 with quintuplication. Now, Oren is at a different level of power. However, this magic has 2 disadvantages. First, this magic has no effect on anyone other than Oren, and secondly, it can only be used in short-term battles. This is because it takes a toll on humans' body. Oren began to bleed nose due to the pressure. It involves parallel construction of up to 30 techniques. The burden on the one who uses it is too high. So, Oren had decided to end the fight quickly. The story shifted to Oren's childhood. He didn't remember what had exactly happened. But when Oren and Oliver returned after the training to the town, it was filled with numerous dead bodies. Both of them filled with despair for the first time in their life. It seemed like a group of bandits had raided the town and killed everyone in sight. Both of them cried as their homeland had fallen that day. Even though they were a child, they buried the dead bodies of the people by themselves and paid their respect to the dead. On that day, Oliver decided to become stronger. He didn't let anyone take anything from him again. Oren also felt the same and wanted to become stronger. Even if he was being unreasonable, he also didn't want to lose anything. He vowed that day, no matter the circumstances, he will be strong enough to protect what is important to him. That time, the world was being unreasonable towards him, and he became an explorer to find power and knowledge. Unlike that time, he wanted to protect everyone, and he went beyond his limitations. He reminded himself that the situation is not complicated, and he just had to defeat the enemy in front of him. Seeing Oren charging like that, Selma was shocked to see him really trying to defeat the Black Dragon. She knew that the supposedly impossible, increase all skills. With overlap, it must be hard just to build the formula. All she could do was protect the rookies there so Oren could concentrate. But still, there was considerable burden on Oren. Once again, Oren approached the Black Dragon. As he moved near it, He noticed the dragon tail moving slightly, which indicated that it was going to use its tail once again. Oren dodged it by jumping. His jump was several meters higher as he had his stats all increased. The black dragon targets him in midair. Selma was also worried for Oren as he was unprotected at that time. Oren also complimented that it was a nice move, but he was better and one step ahead of it. He created a foothold with his magic. Selma was once again shocked by Oren's magic. With the foothold, he successfully dodged the dragon's attack. Even though he talked a lot about his superiority, he sighed as it had successfully worked. Other than Selma, it shocked everyone as they never had seen this kind of magic. This is what Oren's unique ability convergence of magical forces is all about. It is a power that only Oliver and Oren can use to gather magic and materialize it. Oliver used it as a method of attack. It has a wide range of uses and is inherently a very, very super ability. Oren jumped from that foothold. If one could unleash its magical power, it can be used to propel him. It can also be used for aerial movement, just like Oren uses. As Oren leaped forward, he used increased sharpness and increased durability to reinforce his sword. He then used his special skill Instant Skill Increase and slashed the neck of the black dragon. But it did nothing and only left a few scratches on it. Still, it stinged the black dragon and it roared. The 10 squad was amazed at that scene. As everyone was rejoicing, Oren landed on the floor. His breathing was uneven as he was affected by the buff he casted on himself. Selma also noticed Oren's expression and worried. The dragon was quite irritated with Scar, and it flaps its wings for the next attack. Soon a purple mist covered the whole place, and Oren knew about that attack. The next second, a huge explosion occurred at the place he was at. Everyone was surprised at that attack, as the dragon just waved its wings slightly. As the smoke cleared, Oren was not hurt. Sophia was relieved to see Oren managing to dodge that. When all the smoke cleared, a large dark spear made of magic had struck the floor surface. The dragon shape shifted the mist and turned it into a weapon. Sophia had never thought the black dragon had that type of attack. That mist is probably a result of convergence of forces. It's magic that harnesses magic from its surroundings. The black dragon's main attack is a quick strike with a fireball, or its tail. But those are not the only attacks it can do. The real threat is that purple mist. That mist sometimes changes shape like a whip, sometimes like a spear, allowing attacks in all directions. When they shut it down before, number of attacks was not like that. That's when Oren knew that the black dragon was not fighting seriously. Oren wanted the dragon to take seriously. He soon casted Fireball and attacked the black dragon with it. As soon as the fireball exploded and covered its sight, he leaped forward and aimed at its neck once again. He boosted his stats and attacked it. But his sword got repelled. The whole body of the black dragon was really hard. As Oren landed, the dragon used its tail and attacked him. At the same time, Oren avoided the mist, and the dragon suddenly increased its attack speed. Oren knew he couldn't dodge that attack. He created a mud wall and blocked that attack. He jumped backwards just to be safe and maintained some distance between them. But the mud wall didn't work on it. The dragon's tail shattered it like a piece of paper and made its way near him. Oren casted Reflective Barrier and reflected that attack. He was glad to learn the original technique just in case to repel attacks. But the dragon attacked Oren with its tail multiple times, and Oren stopped it all with his barrier. The rookies were bewildered at the terrible battle that was unfolding. Sophia was also worried for Oren, genuinely. Even though Oren dodged the black dragon's attacks, he had not made a single decisive move, which worried Selma. At that time, Oren thought about his fight with the black dragon with the heroes group. Derek and Luna took care of the mist. Oliver and Anari took care of their firepower. It was Oliver and Anari's firepower that killed it. He wondered if he could do what they had done. But at that time and place, he was the only one who could stop the black dragon. He reminded himself of his vow of not letting himself be defeated by his limitations. He didn't want to trust his false friends and wanted to believe in himself so that he could beat the black dragon. He once again casted Buff as it had run out. The dragon's attacks are impossible to defend against, so he decided to dodge it all. He reflected all of its attack and pushed it away from attacking the rookies. Caroline noticed that Oren had changed his movements as an evasive defender. Oren was amazed as he never thought that it was possible to do something like that against the Black Dragon. Even if Derek isn't there, he can evade the attack on his own. If he didn't get hit by his opponents, he didn't need the healer role that Luna used to play. Then there are the physical attacks like Oliver's, or an attacker who can use magic attacks like Annery. He wanted to try everyone's roles at the hero's party by himself. He escaped from the purple mist and attacked with numerous slashes at the Black Dragon, but none of it worked. Then he charged his weapon for a big attack as he wanted to bring the Black Dragon's attention to him. At the same time, he also activated numerous spells around the Black Dragon. The whole time, he was jumping around to set spells around the air. He knew that even the Black had never seen that many spells at once. It would also never be hit by so many spells at once. He activated all the spells and attacked it. Even though he used numerous attacks, it didn't do much damage to the Black Dragon. Oren also knew that, so he prepared another move. Soon the magic circles absorbed the mana around it and attacked with much greater force. Oren called that magic amplification chain. Oren smiled as he was sure that he could get its attention with that attack. Now he could fight the dragon without worrying about the rookie's safety. As the spells amplified, Selma was surprised as she had never seen magic attacks being enhanced. Amplification chain. When magic attacks go through the palace where the spell is set, it absorbs surrounding magic power and triggers the same offensive magic with amplified power. This is Oren's original magic that he also uses in combination with magic convergence. He used it to overcome Annery's offensive magic role in combat. He then decided to perform Oliver's role in the party. He used magic convergence. This magic changed the color of the sword, and a tremendous magic power covered it. Unlike Oliver's golden sword, this one is jet black. He used the same skill Oliver used, Heavenly Slash, and cut through the dragon. It once again caused a huge explosion and covered the floor. The 10th Squad and Selma were amazed at Oren's performance. He had been performing every role of all the members of the hero group on his own while bleeding, but this time Oren aimed for the wings of the dragon. He was relieved after feeling that he had severed something. At the moment the Heavenly Flash collided, Oren also applied instantaneous ability increase. Oren was sure the wings should have been destroyed, which must have greatly reduced the dragon's mobility. As the smoke cleared, Oren was shocked to see its wings still intact. The dragon roared with great fury. Oren was shocked as he clearly felt that he cut through something. Then he noticed the severed tail of the dragon. The dragon used its tail to protect its wings. Oren was surprised as he knew it was the first time this black dragon had seen the Heavenly Flash, so he wondered how the dragon noticed his target. Now Oren had to think more about his next move. Unknown to Oren, the black dragon had been hit by Oliver's Heavenly Flash before appearing on this level. After learning about the power of the Heavenly Flash and the intention with which it was fired, the black dragon protected its own lifeline, its wings with its tail. With its wings, it could retreat at any time if it felt endangered. The dragon once again flapped its wings with much faster speed. This time, the purple mist was generated in more amounts than before. Oren realized the real fight only starts from then on. Oren once again used magic convergence and flew through the sky. At that time, he realized that his body was tearing up inside. He didn't have too much time. The support magic would soon disappear. Selma noticed Oren's state and called out to him. She casted Status Increase Multiply on him to help. But magic convergence would interrupt all the other types of support magic. Selma was shocked to find that she can't activate the magic. Oren told her that he didn't need support magic. He didn't want her to pay attention to him. Instead, he asked her to protect herself from then on. Hearing that, Selma wondered whether Oren was saying that it is enough with just his ability to defeat the Black Dragon. She left the Black Dragon to him alone and left all of their fates in his hands. Oren once again stacked the buff on him, and all skills increased at quintuple. He created numerous footholds and charged towards it. He managed to reach the wings and tried to attack it, but the dragon knew what he was targeting and dodged it swiftly. The dragon had a massive advantage in air battle, and it was a hassle for him. If he doesn't take the fight to the ground, he can't win. He had only one option now. He soon activated the spells he had set on the path and casted Amplification Chain on top of it. But that attack had both the time and direction fixed, so it is difficult to hit a black dragon in the air. But he had a great idea to turn the situation around. As the dragon approached him, he casted the reflective barrier and forcefully changed the direction of the attack towards the dragon. The attack soon landed on the dragon, and Oren casted lightning on top of it. The dragon was greatly injured by that. Oren's head started to hurt, as he had used too much magic. But he can't worry about it now. He used an amplification chain on the lightning magic and amplified the attack. Soon hundreds of lightning landed on the dragon and it screamed in pain. Sophia was amazed at the fight unfolding before her. Oren's attack stopped the black dragon from moving. It was his chance, and he used magic convergence once again and leaped towards it. He used a heavenly flash once again at the black dragon. But it had also noticed Oren's attack. But Oren couldn't stop now, as it was his last attack and his body was also tearing apart now. He casted Super Momentary Skill Boost and betted on it. As usual, the attack caused a huge explosion that was bigger than before. The whole floor felt the pressure. They soon heard a huge crashing sound. Caroline and Logan believed that was the sound of the dragon falling. But Selma was still wary of the fight and concerned about Oren. Soon the smoke cleared and the black dragon was lying there with numerous injuries on its body and unable to move. Oren used his skill and beheaded the black dragon in front of everyone. The exiled party member slayed the dragon alone, which the whole party couldn't. What could be the reactions of Oliver and Rest after seeing this? Please like, comment, and subscribe to watch the reactions of Oliver and others.